sure. It's okay. Good? Yeah, I mean, first off, props to Duke. They gave us their all. They give us their all every single game. It's fun for us to play them. We love it. I think actually, let me restart. I was going to say we like the results better than actually playing them, but I probably shouldn't say that. It was a great game of hockey. I think the girls played together for an entire 60 minutes from the start till the end, focusing on every single quarter and taking it 15 minutes by 15 minutes. I think the fact that we had 24 shots on cage describes the attack that we created, and a lot of it was because of these two guys next to me. And then defensively, I think it was also an amazing game holding them to only 7 shots. Yes, we let one in, but I think for the most part, we were proud with how tight we were on our marks and the clean tackles that we came up with. I think, again, it was a great game of hockey, but it also tested these guys, and we're getting the most out of them at the right time, and we're really proud of that. Yeah, to beat Duke on our home field, to send us to the Final Four in overtime, with Sanne being the one to score, I think it's really good energy rolling into this next week, and we're purely focused on let's continue getting better, feeling good, and playing a good game on Friday, but definitely excited to head to Durham, and I don't think those words have ever come out of my mouth before.
Erin, if you could talk about how that last play was kind of drawn up, what was sort of the plan, who was supposed to get the ball in that last?
Yeah, so for overtime corners, they obviously look a little different than regulation corners, but the way we coach everything is based on principles, and then we trust our players to read the game and make decisions in the moment, and that's purely what an overtime corner is for us. We have a general outline, I guess, if you will, of what the play looks like, but whoever's in that middle, and it was Ryleigh, and that's our number one who we want in there receiving the ball and making the decision. She takes it in, she reads if she has a shot or not. The first one, she had the shot, she took it. It was an amazing shot, hit the post, we got another corner, and then same thing. Let's, work it again, but fall back on the principles of reading the game, seeing what's open. And then same thing, it's funny how it works with Sietska. She has the choice whether she shoots it or passes or eliminates whatever, and she made the decision in the moment after training it and feeling confident with it to pass it. Sanne's job is to read whether or not Sietska's shooting and tipping or needing to be an option and passing, and she did exactly that. So I think it was an all-encompassing play of exactly how we do things here at Carolina.
And Ryleigh and Sanne, if you could kind of talk about what you were sort of seeing and your reactions, and Ryleigh also, if you could talk about kind of Sanne's impact and her growth throughout the season.
Should I? We practiced at practice, and I just need to read whether Sietska's going to sweep it and then being at the far post or getting outside the girl, so I can be an option. And I saw that she stepped to Sietska, so I knew that there was an option for me for the pass, and then came to me. It was kind of bouncing, so I got a little bit nervous, but it was an easy goal to just tap it in. So happy to help the team.
I could always talk about Sanne. So Sanne is one of my favorite players that I've ever played with on this field. We've been together for 3 years, and she's my go-to person to pass the ball or to get the ball from. And like in a game or in practice, we always fight to be on the same team. So, for her to finish it is just such a special thing, because she's always there when we do overtime corners. She's always that person who's ready on the back post, and a lot of times it does not go there. So we are just so happy that she put it in the back of the net, and it's just an incredible feeling to have, and I'm just so happy for Sanne and our team.
And Sanne, if you could kind of talk about sort of from the beginning, your journey in field hockey kind of up until this point, what kind of...
My whole Carolina journey?
Tell them why you came here.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but I went to Ireland one summer with the national team, and the U.S. national team was there too. So I was just talking to Ryleigh, Kennedy, Katie, and Kirsten. They were all there. And the first impression of Ryleigh, this is actually really funny, but we did the soccer circle where you try to keep the ball in the air. And Ryleigh was in the circle, but she kept being on her phone. And she was just not paying attention. So I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Why is she even in it if she is not paying attention? But I really like them. So I was like, oh, maybe I should just go, And it was the best decision ever. And I didn't even really talk to other schools because I just knew that this was the right place for me.
That's awesome. And Erin, if you could kind
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I was so lucky to receive this position, and then I could end the sentence there, but even then inherit players like these guys. Coaching both of them is a dream for any coach, to have multiple players on your team, and there's even more than just these two, who literally make you smile and laugh because you coach them and tell them to do something, and then they do something out of this world, and it's a joy to watch. And I think, again, both of them are like that, and Sanne is the same way. I think we have a lot of fun together. She always jokes, I'm like, I would have loved to play with you. Are you kidding? And she doesn't think so. She thinks I would have been too intense. But I think we would have been intense together. But coaching works. And like I said, I mean, it's a joy to be able to coach such talented players with skill, like Sanne has, but also the game awareness and ability to read the game. And I think, honestly, I'd pick the ball being on her stick over any opponent any day. But today, that helped her, of course, and helped us as a team, but her ability to read the game. And that's where it's fun for us to coach, because there's continual development there. And then I guess I would end with, it's easy for high-level athletes to get in their head and to have doubt and to put so much pressure in a positive way because they want it so badly on themselves. And I think Sanne is a perfectionist, so is Ryleigh, so is myself, and that's something we focus on almost equally with hockey too, because we want that confidence and belief flowing too. And when you combine that with the abilities, that's where the magic happens. And I think Sanne has grown tremendously as a player with that, as a leader on this team now. And it's just been, again, fun to coach her, but also see her kind of assume that role and embrace that role. And now younger girls learning from her, and her even surprising herself, and coming up big in moments like this, because we all trust in it, and sometimes she just needs a reminder that she needs to trust in herself too, and this was a perfect one.
And I know potentially earlier in the season you were discussing her playing a new position. I don't know if that's still...
Yeah, she'll roll into the center mid a little bit. She definitely prefers the side. But we play fluid hockey, we play attacking hockey and team defense. So, even though they have positions, they're rotating around. And Sanne is someone, again, we trust in the middle of the field, on the side of the field, in the circle, defensive circle, wherever it is. So, yeah, why not? And she's doing great at it.
Yeah. How is it
Yes.
for you adapting?
Go ahead.
Congratulations, Erin.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe you're 14-0 against me.
I think 15. Don't cut me short with one. No.
15-0?
15 and 0.
Can you talk about it? I mean, it's a rivalry in all sports, but it seems like it's rather one-sided
Yeah.
in field hockey.
Yeah. What's the total at? Are we at
89 and 12.
89 and 12, 15 and 0 over the last however 7 years, 8 years? Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a rivalry. I think at our core, we're hockey players, but we're also Tar Heels. And that, rivalry doesn't go anywhere, even though I would say the record is pretty lopsided. And I think it's a similar question of people asking me, how do you keep the standard? How do you keep winning? It was the same that, we got when we were players after 2 national championships, 3 national championships. Like, why? What else is there to do? And it's like, what do you mean? You just keep winning. So we're kind of beyond the point where it's like, we need to find the motivation to beat them in a way. It's more like finding the motivation to keep that going and keep the rivalry so lopsided. And, I take it very personally because of the 15 and 0, and like, I don't want to lose either, but I don't need to say that. These guys want to win and again, just keep that record going themselves. So we definitely find motivation in it, but I think it's in a different way now since it is lopsided.
The jersey swap, was that gamesmanship or what's going on there?
Yeah, I won't talk too much on it. How do I want to phrase this? Just a interesting decision that I guess we take pride in the fact that we don't get rattled and we are problem solvers. So,
Motivation?
oh yeah, a little bit, I would say.
Speak to that sort of in the game. It was a dominant game for you guys, especially in the stats. You're not getting the ball in the net, and yet you stay in your lane. Speak to it as a coach, and then you guys as players just not getting frustrated, just keep doing what you're doing, and then it works out in the end.
Yeah, I think we harp on that often. I'm big on consistency, and also not having to fix what's not broken. And, there's going to be games where the goalkeeper's hot. There's going to be games where the other team's getting sticks on balls and this and that. But we're at a point where, one, in the season, but also in the way we play and just kind of our philosophy, that we have trust in Carolina field hockey and what that means. And that doesn't mean you're going to get it perfect every time. And it doesn't mean you're going to come out with a win every time. You need to do the work every single game. But it's too easy to get frustrated, then go internal and get in your head, and then people start hesitating, and then people aren't working together, where it's just stay the course. And you got to trust in the fact that what we do works when we do it well and when we execute, when we stick together. So it's just constantly reminding them that. They remind each other that. And I think it helped us today. We lean into every piece of motivation, big, small, obvious, a little secretive, whatever it is. But I think it's also balancing that fire and that competitiveness with being steady, being consistent, focusing on what's right in front of you, and just having trust in that. Oh, sorry. Do you guys want to talk about that? Sorry. Yeah, you take that mic, girl.
I think in games when we're having 25 shots a game or even more, like, the one thing that we are all really good at is reminding each other, like Erin said, just to keep going. If we don't get that shot off, okay, what's next? What's the next thing we have to do for our team, for all of our teammates, the person next to us? So I think that's like one thing we really, really do well with is, okay, shot doesn't go in, all right, press. And then we have leaders from the back talking to us, communicating, making sure we're doing the right next thing and not harping on what we couldn't get off. And I think that's a really good culture that we built, and I think it's took us a long way. And I mean, it's one of the best feelings to have on the field when everyone supports you, even when you mess up. So, I mean, we're all very grateful for that.
Anything? No. Shocker.
How does it feel? I know it's just the way hockey is sometimes, but you all are dominating the numbers, and you still only got 1-0 at halftime. What are the emotions of that?
Yeah, I think it's honestly counterintuitive. It's easy to say, you're dominating the whole time, you have possession the whole time, the keeper's having to make so many saves, but at the same time, if you think about the other side of it, I'm not saying this is the reason why, but, we're not playing defense for a long period of time, and then you have to stay locked in. Our goalkeepers see 2 shots a half, and they're expected to save that, where their keepers constantly, I'm locked in, I'm getting action, I feel hot. So it's kind of like the double-edged sword of, it's great that we are dominating and we play a game like that, but it's also not that it's harder, but I would say it's equally challenging to make sure you're staying locked in on the things that you're not focused on for the majority of the game. So again, it's just reminding them that too. And I think in terms of our defense, we've seen huge growth throughout the season, coming from the first game till now. And just like our attack, nothing's perfect. We don't play a perfect game of hockey. But we have confidence in the fact that there's been growth, and I think that's what we're focused on. So even in those moments where they get 3 shots and 1's a goal, it's still going back to, let's stay steady, let's make sure that we keep our heads. And at the same time, we still have confidence. That doesn't necessarily reflect the game. So it's much nicer, when it's a 5-2 win after, putting some more away. But a win's a win, and you guys have heard me say it in postseason. That's all that matters right now. So we'll be proud with whatever numbers are up there. Thanks, guys. Cool. Thank you, guys.